Hello the channel. Look what's happened tonight. Been a proper dafty here and I've invested in some 3D glasses, so getting right into the spirit of these 3D cards and things, and I've pretended I'm going to the cinema in the 1990s. That's just a wee joke. Don't take yourself too seriously, guys. Welcome back. Get the actual normal glasses on, down to the serious stuff. So, sorry the video's a wee bit later tonight, but there's a couple of things coming up. First thing I want to say is we've got the competition running for the October giveaway. Good response to that as well. Thanks very much. Get to the end of this video, the link to the video will come up in the corner as well. Before I go through the lineup builder, I'm going to do a couple of things. First thing is the update on the other content. So we're doing the lineup builders, we're doing the rewards videos. Pretty good weekend all round as well. So been our rewards video tomorrow. Content wise, I've got a wee plan as well. So I'm going to do a sort of almost a sort of mini series. So one of the videos is going to be in explaining the SORARE matrix and people who are cards or profiles of cards who are good for the matrix. That'll be kind of for beginners and intermediate players as well. Just kind of drilling down to all the stuff like key passes, all that type of stuff. So go do that. Got a sort of October plans video coming out where I'll be discussing strategy regarding what I'm planning to do myself, how things are going with the leaderboard, what to target in the caps regarding stuff like the collecting bonus, all that type of stuff. And the last video I'm going to do, or the video in the mini series, is going to be targeted at moving up and trading up. So what that'll basically mean is I'll go through and look at all the different divisions, give you a bit of the background or the history in terms of how I started myself, how I managed to trade up, how I managed to move on, the things that worked, things to do maybe with a shorter budget, that type of stuff as well. So looking to vary the content a wee bit as well. And also tonight, the first thing I'm going to do before we go through my lineups is explain the playsharper predictions as well. So one thing I always get a lot of requests on is, why did you make this guy a percentage? What's your thoughts on the game? All that type of stuff. Fire away. If you've got any questions, then put them on playsharper, or put them on the video as well, but I'm going to explain that. So Joe Hart, 95%, I think that goes without saying. Greg Taylor, there's no real question in this selection. Bernabei is not in the Champions League squad, so Greg Taylor, I just think, has to play in that position. There's no other choice. The other left back in the Champions League squad is actually Liam Scales, and we're a bit short in terms of defence, so I've upgraded Liam Scales to 85% and Lagerbielke to 15%. I'm pretty certain that Scales will start based on his recent form. He's been really good. Nathaniel Phillips, I've put 65% and Lagerbielke 35%. Phillips came off at half time at the weekend. Rogers said that he came off, it was mainly precautionary, hope as he was available for midweek. So although Lagerbielke played really well, and played well second half, it's quite telling that Phillips came in for Lagerbielke at the weekend, I think with a view to playing the Champions League. So my thoughts are that Scales and Phillips will start, but listen out for any other news and I will upgrade or downgrade this percentage or whatever if I hear anything, but at the moment there's no more news from the club. Alistair Johnson, 95%, well, he's just been excellent. There's no real huge question there, I don't think. He's played all the games recently. Cal McGregor, again the same, club captain, 95%, no news of injuries or anything, so seems fine. Rio Hatate I've upgraded and I've got Turnbull at 20%, and I don't know why Odin Holmes shown as 10% because you can't get 110%. I'll need to update that. I think it's because, yeah, he's in there. Hatate I think came on, was really good at the weekend. I think he will start this game. So I'm quite confident in that. I know that Turnbull's been starting the games, but you know, Hatate played well when he came on, and Rogers talked about how he would like to see him in the team. I think these are the games he's going to play, and hopefully be back being a starter. Matt O'Reilly's been, I think, probably Celtic's best player this season as well. Dyson Maeda, you'll see I've put him on the right this time. When Palma came on at the weekend, Maeda went to the right, and if you look at the oh no, You look at me pressing the wrong buttons, dearie me. If you look at the team for Feyenoord, Hartman plays on the sort of left wing back, and I think that Celtic could maybe move Maeda to the right and play him in the press against Hartman. So yeah, I think Maeda is pretty certain to play just because of where. Furuhashi the same. He's come out today and said, no problem with injuries, I'm fit. This is a real interesting selection, so I've gone for Odenholm 20%, Palma 60%, and Yang 20%. Don't think Yang was that good at the weekend. Palma wasn't really in the running at the start because just joined, come back from Honduras day before. They looked pretty sharp when he came on. So this is more a case of do we play with Palma and put him on there? The reason I put Odenholm in there and why he's included is because I'm wondering whether maybe this is a game where we play an extra midfielder. So as a tactical thing, you could maybe see no Palma and maybe have Odenholm or Turnbull in here playing with Hatate, O'Reilly and McGregor, then Furuhashi and Maeda through there in the middle. So we haven't seen a Rodgers European game, and that could be a possibility. So there you go. I've explained my playsharper side of things as well. Hope that helps people in terms of explaining the decisions or the theory behind the percentages and all that type of stuff. Onto the lineup builder. So first thing to point out here is on the overall tourney leaderboards, we're making a good effort at these. So 29th in the All-Star Month Long Rare, 25th in the All-Star Rare Pro. Not so good in the Super Rare, but actually not had kind of like full decent scoring teams together. All-Star Limited's going disastrously badly with messy DNPs and all that shebang, so not so good, but still loads of chances. So I'm quite going to be focusing on All-Star Rare and All-Star Rare Pro and All-Star Super Rares, an actual one to target midweek, and that's what I'm going to do first. I'm going to pick these teams first. So see, I've got two teams picked here, but it's just MLS amateur and stuff, so it's nothing really too significant. So I like to sort of build down. I could enter the All-Star Unique midweek as well. All-Star Super Rare, prize-wise, Super Rare Tier 1, good amount of F up top as well. I think it's a natural place to start using up Super Rares. The other thing to point out is team-wise, Celtic's chances of a clean sheet, even Feyenoord, you've got to give them respect, really good team. So I'm not going to be looking to go full Celtic stack or anything here either. So options wise, Allison's 50-50 in playsharper with Kelleher. That's just a complete pain in the jacksie. Oh, McAfee's saying they've not found any viruses. That's always good news. Samuel Suarez thinks probably out now for Trubin. Joe Hart, has to be considered. Been playing better, scoring better, but I think Feyenoord will score a couple of goals. So for this particular team, especially with Runarsson, he was benched after international week and I think he had a small injury, so we're kind of looking at Joe Willis, that type of thing. So I'm just going to go quite safe and go with Ramiro Cagno, who is number one. Here, I would like to use a unique somewhere here. Andy Robertson, I think, will be rotated. I think that Simicast will get a go. So that's where we're starting to get into a bit of difficulty. Phil Mack's mega game is against Aberdeen as well, so that's an interesting one. Probably want to keep Sugawara, etc. for the under 23 selections. So I think that this one's going to be going along the lines of Rostovsky home against Astana. Zagreb, really good team. Really like Zagreb. They've lost a few players, but they've still got lots of talent. We're getting into midfield. I'm not going to be playing under 23 Super Rare because they'll have a goalkeeper for it. So I think we're getting into, is it going to be Furuhashi or O'Reilly? And I think I'm going to use Matt. Because that then actually lets me use Furuhashi's Super Rare up front as well. So we're kind of hoping for a high scoring game there. Could use Tati as well, but Feyenoord a pretty good team, middle of the pitch. And then, here, Sugawara's on sets, so it's a away game, so it's a bit more difficult. but I could use Frimpong and Kokchu against Salzburg, in the under 23, so we'll come back to that in a minute. Rika Puig is a selection there as well, actually, so absolute baller. I think I'm going to go Sugawara. I'm going to captain him because on sets, and it's the away game, right? But there we go. I need to move my baldy napper so that I can hit confirm here. There we go. Awesome. So that's All-Star Super Rare, and if you look at the leagues here and look at the different selections, it's quite interesting, the stats on the leaderboard. So 5-1-2, 3-4-5 and 4-16, not even managed to put 4 scores on the board yet. So alright, these guys up here are on like 1900, but they've had like 4-9-2, 4-4-1, that type of stuff, and then one's dropping off. So hopefully we're zooming up that leaderboard. So next one we're going to pick All-Star Rare Pro. So it feels as if we've with that 4-5-2 at the weekend with the painful big chance missed from Alistair Johnson. So we've got a 4-6-1 here, 4-5-2, and we've got a 340 to drop off. So not a million miles behind first here. Won a couple of strong showings in here, so let's dive into that. Again, Allison's a complete pain in the backside. So this kind of proposed rotation for Kelleher and all that sort of stuff. I think I want to keep a kind of watching brief there and see what Klopp does. So I think goalkeepers wise, the natural selection here would just be to wire in Ederson. Let's hope that Pep doesn't have one of these moments where he decides that Ortega Moreno's going to be playing. Please don't. Preferably not. What we could do here is probably a decision. Usually Joy Veerman would be a top class type of selection in here. Fenerbahce playing North Island, so that's quite interesting. I've zoomed on because I want to see what I've got available in terms of the other cards. Messi's going to have to play, right? I mean, how much rest does a guy need? He's going to have to play him. He's got to be the captain as well, right? So there we go. And then other selections. Tadic has been kind of ever present, which is quite good, and he's been playing well. Plus, just having a look through the other options here. Quite a wee bit tempted by a City stack, but they've got the best home game against, I think, is that Belgrade. But just worried, there's going to be a bit of rotation, so we don't want to go with Kanji, etc. here, but is he definitely going to start, do have some injuries there, John Stone's out and all that sort of stuff, so I think it would be one of these where Ferdi Karabioglu, brilliant as well, but I think I'm going to try and go with Szymanski in here. The guy's just been, it's been so good. See that goal he scored at the weekend? Jeez, what a goal! What a goal he scored! Some left foot. I didn't even think he was left footed, but there we go. Maybe he's just 2-footed. I think I want to pair Tadic with him. So I just think that's strong home. North Island are a talented team, but Fenerbahce home in Europe, that's when you're starting to cook. And then what we're going to do along lines here, so could play with Valentin Gomez, that's an interesting one. He's been really good recently. Could go Frimpong against Hacken. Then I could play Gomez in the 23s. And we've still got guys like Kokchu and Puig who can play as well. So I think I'll go with Frimmers. I like that. I do like that. That's strong. So Frimpong, I'm hoping there's no rotation. That was the European competition, but Xabi Alonso's been, firstly, Leverkusen be good, and he's been quite consistent with his selection. Why did I say that? I'm just going to, fucking yes. Shut up. Right. All-Star. So again, I focus a lot on the limited side, but just kind of want to tell the story of these leaderboards and everything as well. 461, 424, 406. This was a game week where I decided to sell Bazunu because he's absolutely rank rotten, so it cancelled it. I've got 276 to drop off, so we bash in a sort of 400 type score, then we're going to give these guys a wee bit of run for their money. So again, this has got to be a priority team, even though it's midweek, loads on, all that sort of stuff, but it's got to be a kind of priority team. So again, Alisson, just going to really pick him. Lawal's playing his Liverpool, so really pick him. Verbruggen was rotated for Steele, so again, that's kind of in doubt. Probably going to be using Shrubin in the 23s times 2. Peter Vindaloo could be used in the caps. So I'd go for Rodrigo Ray. I do like him in general. Nice high percentage and everything there as well. Defence. Ishmael Aniba's an interesting one. I'm not sure if there'll be a Fenners Faros playsharper. Who knows? Maybe there will. Trent's probably still out. Satalo, well, Ajax been rotten. Saliba's been really good this season. We'll probably want him in 23s. Sergio Ramos was pretty impressive, by the way. Played really well. Kind of feeling a bit of Wesley Holt here, actually. Like, just tap Soba, going strong there as well. Interesting. So I think Watford have been good at home, right? Schlotterbeck would be a normal selection here too. And our fights, I'm pleased with the quality I've got available here. This for a midweek, this is pretty good selection strength, if that makes sense. I think I'm going to go with Wesley Holt. Watford have been good. Watford have been good. I could go with Tap Soba in there, so I'll keep that in my mind. Jonas Hoffman, I'll double check and make sure he's predicted to start, but he's been absolutely brilliant for Leverkusen. This is the value of watching football as well, by the way. Bayern and Leverkusen was a great watch, and what really stood out was Leverkusen are a good team, so watch out for them, in terms of that competition. That's all I'm going to say. Up front, so we've used two of the kind of key guys, Messi and Tadic, in the Rare Pro. So that's interesting. I suppose could maybe move Tadic into this team. Mo Salah projected to start just now. I'd love to use Mo Salah, actually. That's interesting. Still don't know what's going to happen with rotation. I suppose you've got to use him, haven't you? playsharper's got him in just now. He's a pretty heavy favourite to start. I suppose even comes off the bench, he's going to be really good. We've got to go for peak scores here. And then Arsenal might be in champ, so maybe kind of going for them in champ instead. Matt Sweefer, easy game against Celtic. No. Szymanski. Yeah, that's kind of all eggs in one basket type stuff there as well. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for Big Icardi. It's unusual going for two forwards, but Icardi's been he's been really good. Actually, captain wise, think this game, I think Leverkusen against Hacken could be a hammering. I'm talking myself into. Hang on, here's another thing I could do. Where's Tap Safoba? Where's Edmund? So I could do this. This would be interesting. Could do that. Wish it diverts. That's quite interesting because that could do really well. So there we go. We've got to the end and I've completely changed that lineup, but that's kind of quite interesting. Oh, and the other thing as well, if you notice, changed my name to Mon the Hoops FC. So just in case anybody didn't know I was a Celtic fan, where have you been? Where have you been living? Anyway, All-Star month long. So this one's probably been a bit more, not disappointing, you know, it was a 4-2-2 and a 4-2-6, but a lot of 280s and, you know what I mean, like, you know, the guy who's up top here is at 470, 470, 446, 410, so you can see why he's up the top, and there'll be some guys that get like 470 and 485 and things here, and they'll start building on those as well, so let's pick this. I might actually here take the chance to risk a City stick, just from the point of view of I think they've got a pretty good home game. I do have some Leverkusen players, but that's kind of more all eggs in one basket type thing. And the interest here, limited wise, is you can go with Ruben Diaz, who doesn't really get rotated a lot for City, so maybe I should shut my mouth. And we could go like, we could go kind of bonkers, like first game in the Champions League. Pep probably want to go quite strong. Not differential, but could do that. Yeah, that is strong. Trying to get the starters, but look at the averages here. 79 average, 76, 60. Rodrigo's been brilliant. Ederson good. Haaland, the lowest average. That's a nice position to be in. Awesome. So that's some lineup building there. A strong focus on the All-Star. I'm really excited about pressing the wrong buttons continually on my screen in the middle of a video. Sorry about that. We don't do these live, but also I'm not a technician. I don't spend loads of times updating the video, as I called it at one point. I'm really quite excited about under 23 Rare and Rare Pro. So here it's Tribune season. Come on, it's Tribune season. It's got to be Tribune season. Picked up an Antonio Silva who was insane. Benfica, this is an interesting one. Benfica going in. I might play Silva in the rare rather than the pro. So Valentin Gomez, Vela is not been playing that well, but Arsenal are not very good. Talking about this Arsenal, not. Although they've got Kokchu and Puig, so actually that could work out nicely. So we've got to find a balance of the team here, right? So you could go for the sort of defensive stack for Benfica, Ricky with Puig. We'll go for Ferdi Cadio. Interestingly, Ferdi Cadio is actually averaging above Orkin, but Salzburg are a talented team, but Benfica at home, so I think that's really quite an interesting fixture. And then up front, so we've got like Doku, he's been really good recently. Guiri, Rodrigo, Martinelli got injured at the weekend, that's a bummer. Antonio Nusa is an interesting one. Lacabada's injured. Musiala playing against a really not in form Man United, so probably keep him for playing champion. So I've got to go with, it's Pep Roulette, right? But so we've got to go with Doku. I mean, he's been brilliant, right? Grealish is injured. Even if he comes on for the bench, like, he could just absolutely roast somebody. So we go at is I like the looks of that team, and we're going to pick an R under 23 here because I'm quite excited about this. Maybe I can put on the funny specs again. Mesley is an interesting one here. So an absolutely brilliant score away from the last game, and also Leeds have bought some good defenders. So I'll probably be using him in some of our teams, which I'm not going to do all on here because everybody will be fed up listening to me. But you can again go Tribune. Saliba's been so good. PSV are interesting. They're a quality team, but you know, playing against Arsenal in the Champions League away is taking a wee step up. No offence to the teams that PSV have been playing against before, like the Rangers. It's a shame. I'd actually like to put Odegaard in here, but he's told. Like myself. That's Wifer. He's a kind of interesting one. I suppose you've got Thiago Almada available. You've got to it's got to be tempted. Szoboszlai, but might not start. There's a wee bit of rotation there. So Matt O'Reilly again. Probably what he can find Celtic team some sort of challenger effort, which will be to come. So we're just going to go Almada. Up front, Rennes against Haifa. Rennes might rotate a wee bit as well, so that's interesting. Nuza's, he's been so explosive. Ferran Torres against Antwerp. So Ferran's a really interesting one because he is firing at the moment, and even when he came on for the bench, he was firing from the bench. And then final selection. It's good to have this choice, by the way. This is pretty good. Real Madrid. Rodrigo always usually plays for Real Madrid. So I think Union Berlin, what a baptism of fire that is. Bernabeu. Yes, yeah. Who are you playing in Europe this week? Real Madrid. Aye. Magic. Yeah, that is interesting. So a good choice here, which not always Magic. I really want to play Nusa somewhere, but Besiktas is not the easiest of games, but Club Brugge at home. He's been brilliant, the lad though. I mean, he's been so good. But again, I got a nice choice here. So I'm going to go Rodrigo. And captain, well, he's on all the sets and everything, so Almada, I think we're going to go for captain in there. So, and it's a wee bit different from the 23s Rare Pro as well. So not as Trubin has to have a good game, but it's a wee bit different. Okay, going for nearly half an hour here. That's what happens when you talk about playsharper and everything as well. We've still got a few to pick, so we're going to do some of these off video. But what I'll do is I'll pick the under 23 limited as well. Jonathan Sirius, or Sirwa, whatever you call him, he's quite an interesting one. Played really well, but Cincinnati are one of the top teams in MLS this season. So it's going to have to be Trubin against Trubin. I don't really fancy Schlotterbeck against Mbappe and co. I mean, PSG have not been brilliant, but yeah, I mean, this is probably going to be Saliba again. Midfield, so Puig just recently won from SORARE Mega. That's interesting. Saka, yeah, could go kind of. PSV are good, but then they've also lost Sangare, so you can see Arsenal getting on top of them, I think. So we go for Saka. Up front, I've already used Haaland, so he's out. Vinicius is injured. Julian Alvarez is an interesting one. He's been playing a lot of the games, but that kind of makes me a wee bit worried that Pep's going to actually rotate him. But he's been so good. Scott Olsen, great choice as well. I think we're going to have to go Alvarez. And normally we'd just be putting in O'Reilly, but Feyenoord are good. Feyenoord are really good. So Rika Puig. And he's been playing brilliant, so I'm going to kind of do something a wee bit different, captain him. So yeah, that's nice. Strong team, Arsenal focused, not captain Saka, which is interesting, but I think Puig probably got potential for doing the kind of big 100 scores and stuff, as does Alvarez, absolutely excellent. So some really nice choices. So there we go. Back to the end of the video, make myself look like an absolute idiot again. So preparing for all the content coming up. We've got the 3D glasses on, we've got the 3D cards, we'll finish soon. What's been happening in terms of recruitment, it's not actual recruitment, so woof, that's actually pretty mad. You can get yourself a pair of these, like that looks pretty bonkers when you look at the cards like that. So I picked up a Liam Scales. I just think that's really brilliant value at 60 quid. Forrest, Giacomakis and Bain are sort of collection things, so picking those up. Mike Adwiesen, 1 out of 100 and goes quite well with Nick College and Vrians and Saito, etc. Sparta have not the easiest start, but Ollage put in like a 6-day weekend, which was brilliant. So he's probably going to be one of the guys I focus on when I'm doing the sort of videos and explaining the matrix and scoring and things. So there we go. Quick reminder, if you really liked the video, if you like and subscribe, if you think I look like an absolute DICK and you never want to come back again, that is also completely acceptable. There'll be a wee link to the competition, October competition giveaway is going to come up on the screen soon. And been speaking for that long now that I'm starting to slur my words. All I've had tonight is tea. I'm not on the Guinness, so we're going to finish now in a customary ending. Good luck everyone, and go fuck.